The latest version of Orchid Fusion VMS includes several changes to the notifications feature, plus some behind-the-scenes revisions and bug fixes. There are now two new notification trigger events. The first one is the server error trigger, which covers several possible error conditions. A server error trigger will send an alert if a selected Orchid server restarts, a selected Orchid server enters a degraded state, which may be caused by a storage device error or license error, or if at least one of the covered cameras appears to have no written video archives from the last 3 minutes. Did you catch that mention of a storage error? A storage error, which was one of the original notification triggers, is now included in the server error category because it is one of those conditions that causes the Orchid server to enter a degraded state. The degraded state, by the way, can only be detected on Orchid servers running Orchid version 2.4 or greater. The second new notification trigger is the I/O error trigger. An I/O trigger will send an alert if the system detects that the video files, for a selected server, cannot be written to the disk fast enough to complete the write. This error can also only be detected on Orchid servers running Orchid version 2.4 or greater. Another addition in Orchid Fusion version 2.6.2 is the ability to create a custom public URL for the Fusion server. This URL will be displayed in notification email alerts. To create the custom URL, you'll need to modify the Orchid Fusion configuration file. The development team also did some behind-the-scenes work on Orchid Fusion's scalability in version 2.6.2. These changes were done to improve web server performance for high-traffic, large deployments. That's a quick summary of the major changes in Orchid Fusion VMS. For more details on the Orchid degraded state and the two new notification triggers, please refer to the Orchid Core and the Orchid Fusion Administrator Guides. For a complete list of new features and bug fixes, please review the release notes, found in the knowledge base on the IPConfigure website.